So my name's Dave Lockwood. I'm with Remove It Pros Demolition. Basically what we're doing here is we're taking you on the journey with us as we grow and scale our business from our one location to throughout the state of Florida. We went to the Hormozy training. We're back here today. This morning, what I did this morning is I wrote out a job description for a salesperson, and I'm going to jump into that and hire us a salesperson. I'm going to hire a lead getter, and we're going to focus on our own location for the next couple of months. We're at full capacity during this time of year. So May 1st was just yesterday or 2 days ago. And now we're on all these condos in these fancy luxury markets. And we're walking through and looking at that kind of stuff and then repurposing stuff. So we're pretty much at capacity. We have a new warehouse manager. We're trying to do our warehouse situation a little different because it's just not working as good as it could. Okay. The other thing is I'm pulling Angie out of that position, my wife, and putting her here helping us doing this scaling stuff. So it's a big difference. We're also taking our Airbnbs and we're taking them off of Airbnb and we're going to put them into normal rentals. The cleaning costs for the Airbnbs has dramatically increased. It's to the point where for the little bit extra money we're making doing that, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense in two different ways. We're not making enough money to do that. All we're doing is we want these rentals to carry themselves and pay themselves off so we don't have to pay them off. That's the goal. To make an additional little bit of money is not worth managing all the stuff that we have to manage. So we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to just put these out, rent them out. At least that's what we're going to try. We're put a couple of them on Zillow, and we put some of them on. We put them all on Craigslist, and we've gotten very little traction out of that. So, but I don't know how long it takes to rent stuff in this marketplace. We've only been doing the Airbnbs. The rentals I did in the past were all up in Ohio, and it's just a different ball game. So got a lot going on all at the same time. So writing out this job description, trying to figure out what to pay, and that's the journey we're on today. Yesterday we went through 5 different properties. I drove down Fort Myers Beach on the way to one of these jobs that we're working on, and I spoke to them. I talked about what had happened on the beach so far. And it's amazing how many of these buildings are still sitting vacant. And, we're doing about 2,000 demos a year. That's primarily, they're all in interior demolitions, hands-on stuff. After the hurricane, with as many buildings that are sitting that aren't being occupied anymore, the amount of business that we still have is incredible. The amount of stuff that we have to repurpose. Our inventory was way down at the shop. We had a lot of stuff that we would normally just throw away, had been there for too long, and it was still keeping the shop looking full. But we threw like 2 or 3 30-yard dumpsters of stuff that was in the shop. We threw it all away because we got all this fancy stuff coming out of these high-end condos. So like I said, we went through last 2 days, went through 6 of them. We're going to put that out as a video. We're going to do a video on the drive down the Fort Myers Beach, and we're doing one on the orientation that I had with all the guys. So this time of the year, we have an additional 50 guys that are working with us that weren't working with us last month. So that's the way it works. The attrition at the end of the season, you think, oh gosh, you gotta get rid of all those guys. Well, it doesn't work that way. Just one quits, the next one gets a different job. It's the labor business. You have no control over it. We provide a very good environment and great culture and good pay. And it's just, it's like a never ending door. Our core people are the same core people all the time. They own this business with us, and they are compensated off of their productivity. So it is beneficial for all of us. So we're excited about this going into this new marketplace. A lot of growing stuff, a lot of things that Logan and I have to learn. There's different skills that we need especially the sales skills and hiring our own culture to run this, and putting together training videos and a manual so that they know what to do without calling so much. And that's pretty much where we're at right now. So we've been back for a couple days from this training, this scaling workshop. Can't say enough good things about Hormozi and the way that he structured this whole thing. I like the way he thinks. I think it's very similar to how he thinks. He's a young guy, had a little bit bigger you-know-whats than I did when I was his age, although I was a millionaire at the age of 25. Of course, I lost it all in 2008 and started all over, so that's exciting. But it's interesting watching him and how transparent he is, and how we have access, us ordinary people, we have access to guys that are on the track to being billionaires, and watching, we can talk to people or listen to people like Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger and all these guys and get their mindsets. So we had we put out a email blast, which is primarily the only advertising we've been doing, other than trying to do Google Ads, which has done literally nothing, practically nothing. Now on the building construction side, the building teardowns, yeah, we get a lot of business from it. We're very competitive, and we're the only one out of all the bigger companies that can say we have all these Google reviews. People want to know that they're going to have a good experience. When you tear something down, you can create a lot of problems. Back to this blast. So the blast, we sent it out, and somebody went through and took the time to send us almost a 5,000 word reply. And they said, look, we refer you because you guys are amazing. You guys do what you're supposed to do. You show up when you're supposed to show up. You clean up when you're done. If there's a problem, you address it. And we don't want a referral fee. We want you to just do what you've been doing. So they said, Google. It's too expensive and it's not very effective. They said they haven't, all their business is word of mouth too. They're 95% word of mouth. And they said that they haven't even bothered to update their website in 15 years because of the word of mouth. Now we're trying to expand into some new markets, so we can't do that. So going to this new market, now I got to have a sales force, and I've got to have lead getters, and it doesn't have to be very big, because the areas we're going into are not very big. They're luxury markets on the coasts of Florida here, and we fit in with these luxury markets. They want to be able to say, okay, you do the demo, I'm going to go over here and get everything else ready, and when you're done, let me know, and we're going to get started. And that works, and we have that track record, and we have the proven track record for that. So that's all I got for today. It's Remove It Pros Demolition. Our main site is Remove It Pros Demolition. This site is the Remove It Pros Grow and Learn. And I'll see you on the next video.